Listen up, I'm about to drop some truth bombs right now. You've got two choices. Keep waiting for the perfect moment or take massive action today. No more excuses, no more procrastination. If you want to see change, you have to take control. Right now, stop sitting around waiting for things to fall into place. They never will. The time to act is now, and it starts with you. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. I'm here to tell you how to transform your life, how to dominate every single day, and how to crush those goals that have been hanging over you. This isn't just motivation. This is the blueprint. And it starts with taking responsibility and getting uncomfortable. You ready? Let's do this. Commit to your goal. It all begins here. Commitment is the foundation of everything you will achieve. You can't halfway commit. You can't dip your toes in. You either commit or you don't. When you commit, you declare without hesitation that no matter what happens, you're in. You're all in. The game changes when you stop holding back and make a clear, unwavering commitment to your goal. Think about it. How many times have you set a goal and then somewhere along the line backed off? Maybe it felt too hard, or you convinced yourself that the timing wasn't right. Maybe you let the doubts creep in, or you found excuses to put it off. But guess what? That's not commitment. That's hesitation. That's playing it safe, and playing it safe won't get you anywhere. The commitment I'm talking about goes beyond words. It's about your actions, your daily decisions, your willingness to sacrifice. It's a commitment that demands your full energy, focus, and attention. Anything less is a distraction. Once you commit, everything shifts. The distractions, the doubts, the external pressures, they all fade. Your focus sharpens, it becomes clear what's at stake, and you will act differently when you are fully committed. You will fight differently, work harder, and think differently because you know deep down that there is no turning back. There is no exit strategy. You're committed, and that means you're going to give everything you've got to achieve your goal. Commitment is what pushes you when it gets tough. It's the fuel that keeps you going when everything around you is telling you to quit. It's the fire that burns in your belly and makes you move forward when others sit on the sidelines. Without that commitment, there is no sense of urgency, no sense of responsibility. And without that, you'll always be wondering what could have been. People talk about wanting change, wanting success, but so many of them aren't truly committed. They want the results, but not the work. They want the outcome, but not the sacrifice. When you're not truly committed, you'll find ways to quit. You'll find excuses to stop. You'll find reasons to back off. But when you commit, all that changes. You stop negotiating with yourself. You stop wondering if you can do it. You don't question your ability anymore. The doubt disappears. Because when you commit, you know you will find a way. You won't give up. You will keep pushing. And when you hit roadblocks, and you will hit roadblocks, you won't see them as walls. You'll see them as challenges to overcome. Commitment isn't about how you feel in the moment. It's about doing whatever it takes. If you don't feel the fire in your stomach right now, it's time to check your commitment. Ask yourself, are you really all in? Because half-hearted commitments don't produce half-hearted results. They produce nothing. The world doesn't reward people who dip their toes in and test the waters. It rewards people who dive in full throttle and don't look back. So stop with the maybes. Stop with the I'll try. Stop with the uncertainty. Make the decision to commit. When you make that decision, you set everything in motion. And once you commit, there is no going back. You either go forward or you stay stuck. But there is no maybe, there is no waiting, and there is no someday. There is only now. Break it down. Commitment is just the first step. Now comes the real work. Big goals can seem impossible. They feel overwhelming. If you're trying to climb Mount Everest without a plan, you're going to fail. But if you break it down into smaller, manageable steps, it becomes possible. That's where most people go wrong. They try to do everything all at once and they get crushed under the weight of it. Breaking it down doesn't just help you focus, it also helps you gain momentum. When you break your goal into smaller pieces, you start winning immediately. You start checking things off. Those small wins build up. They give you the confidence to keep going. And as those wins pile up, they create momentum. Momentum is everything. Momentum keeps you moving forward even when things get hard. Here's how it works. Take your big daunting goal and ask yourself, what's the first step? Don't worry about step 2, 3, or 4. Focus only on the first one. What can you do do today to move closer to that goal? Is it making a phone call? Is it sending an email? Is it doing research? Don't wait for perfect conditions to take that first step. Just take it. Once you've taken that first step, ask yourself, what's the next step? Maybe it's another small task. Maybe it's another phone call. Whatever it is, make it the next logical move. Focus on the next step, not the whole staircase. And as you continue breaking your goal down into manageable actions, you'll find yourself making progress faster than you ever imagined. Breaking it down is the key to turning chaos into clarity. It's the key to transforming a massive goal into a series of small, actionable steps. It's the key to feeling less overwhelmed and more in control. Because here's the thing, it's easy to get overwhelmed by a big task. We all have big dreams, but those dreams, those goals, they don't become reality overnight. They're built piece by piece, step by step. The mistake people make is they look at the mountain and they think about the size of the task and it paralyzes them. They forget that no mountain is too big to climb if you break it down into smaller, achievable parts. The other part of breaking it down is about prioritizing. Not everything is as important as everything else. Your goal might have 10 components, but not all 10 need your attention right now. Identify the ones that matter most, the ones that will make the biggest impact, and focus on those first. Get them done. Then move on to the next most important tasks. By tackling the most critical elements first, you ensure that you're spending your time and energy in the right places. And don't let anyone tell you that you're doing too much. Don't let anyone tell you that your goal is too big, too risky, or too ambitious, because you're not trying to do everything at once. You're doing one thing at a time. And when you break it down, you'll realize just how much you can accomplish. So stop looking at your goal as a whole. Stop thinking of it as an impossible mountain. Break it down into bite-sized pieces. Get to work, and before you know it, that mountain will be behind you. You'll have climbed it step by step until you reach the top. Get uncomfortable. Growth doesn't come from comfort. It doesn't come from staying in your safe zone, staying with what's familiar, staying with what feels easy. It comes from pushing yourself into uncomfortable territory. It comes from doing the things that make you nervous, scared, uncertain. That's where the magic happens. That's where true growth is found. But most people avoid this. They avoid discomfort. They look for shortcuts. They look for the easy way out. They want results without the struggle. And that's why they stay stuck. The truth is, the more uncomfortable you get, the faster you grow. The more you challenge yourself, the more you force yourself to step outside your comfort zone, the more progress you make. You want to change your life? You want to accomplish something that matters? You have to get uncomfortable. That's non-negotiable. But let's be clear, I'm not talking about random discomfort. I'm talking about purposeful discomfort, the kind that challenges you, the kind that forces you to push past your limits, the kind that makes you face your fears. Every time you step into the unknown, you're building resilience. You're building strength. You're training yourself to handle bigger challenges, bigger risks, and bigger opportunities. Now, here's the problem. People think that growth happens without the pain. They think they can skip the discomfort and get to the results, but they're wrong. The people who succeed are the ones who embrace discomfort. They understand that it's part of the process. They understand that if you're not uncomfortable, you're not growing. If you're not stretching yourself, you're not evolving. Let me give you an example. Think about any time you've tried something new. Maybe it's a new job, a new skill, or even a new workout routine. The first time you try it, it feels awkward. It feels difficult. It's unfamiliar, and you're not sure if you can do it. But the more you do it, the easier it gets. The discomfort fades. You start to feel more confident. You start to see improvement. But here's the thing. Most people quit right at the point where the discomfort starts to fade. They stop just when they're on the verge of success. They take the easy route and abandon their goals when things get hard. And that's why they never make it to the other side. You have to stick with it. You have to push through that discomfort, because once you do, you'll realize that it wasn't as bad as you thought. And more importantly, you'll be stronger for it. This is why discomfort is necessary. It's what separates the successful from the unsuccessful. It's what separates the people who create lasting change from the people who dream about it but never do it. So embrace the discomfort, run toward it. Don't run away from it. You won't find success in your comfort zone. Success is waiting for you in the unknown, in the places where you feel vulnerable, in the places where you don't know if you can make it. But that's where you'll learn. That's where you'll grow, and that's where you'll find your true potential. Build momentum. Momentum is the force that drives you forward. It's the engine that powers your progress. Without momentum, you're stuck in neutral, spinning your wheels and going nowhere. But when you have momentum, everything changes. The road gets easier. The results come faster. You start building steam, and before you know it, you're on a path you never imagined. But how do you build momentum? It's simple. Take action. And then take more action, and then keep taking action. Most people think that momentum is something that happens on its own. They think they'll suddenly wake up one day and be motivated to crush their goals. They think they'll be hit by a wave of energy and drive, but that's not how momentum works. Momentum is something you create, not something you wait for. It's like starting a car that's been sitting in the driveway for weeks. At first, it's tough. The engine doesn't want to turn over, but if you keep trying, if you keep pushing the gas, it will start to move. And once it starts moving, it becomes easier to keep going. The key is to start. The first step toward building momentum is to take action, no matter how small it is. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for all the conditions to align perfectly. Just take one small action today. It could be as simple as making a phone call, sending an email, or writing down your goals. Whatever it is, take that step. The key is to do something, anything that moves you toward your goal. When you take that first action, you've broken the inertia. You've started the process. Once you've taken that first step, keep moving. Keep taking action every single day, even if it's just a small action, even if you don't feel like it, even if you don't see immediate results. Momentum is built by consistent action. It's about stacking up small wins, one after the other. Each small victory feeds the next, and each small step forward makes the next one easier. Here's the thing about momentum. It's contagious. Once you start gaining momentum, you begin to believe in yourself more. You begin to see that progress is possible. And that belief fuels even more action. You start taking bigger risks. You start aiming higher. You start pushing yourself further. Momentum turns into a snowball. And the bigger it gets, the faster it moves. But without that first step, without that initial action, none of it happens. The reason most people don't get momentum is because they don't take that first step. They wait for the perfect moment. They wait for the right conditions. But the truth is, the perfect moment will never come. The right conditions will never line up. You have to make it happen. You have to take action right now, no matter how imperfect it is. Building momentum isn't just about doing more. It's about doing the right things consistently. It's about focusing on the most important tasks, the ones that will move the needle forward. Don't waste your time on things that don't matter. Don't waste your energy on distractions. Prioritize the actions that are going to get you closer to your goal and take them every day without fail. And here's the kicker. Once you've built momentum, don't stop. Don't let off the gas. Momentum can be fragile. If you take your foot off the pedal for too long, you risk losing that momentum. So keep pushing, keep going, keep building, because once momentum takes hold, nothing can stop you. The momentum you create today will fuel you tomorrow and the next day and the next until you've achieved your goal, and then you'll set new ones. The cycle continues. Measure your progress. If you're not tracking, you're guessing. And guesswork doesn't lead to results. You need to measure your progress every step of the way. It's not enough to just work hard. You need to see the results of that hard work. Measuring progress keeps you accountable. It shows you where you're succeeding, and it highlights areas that need improvement. Without this feedback loop, you'll drift. You'll waste time. You won't know if you're on the right path or not. So track everything. Track your actions, your efforts, your outcomes. Review them regularly. Are you moving closer to your goal, or are you stuck in place? Are your strategies working? If not, change them. If yes, keep doubling down. Tracking gives you the data you need to make decisions and course correct when necessary. It's how you win. It's how you push forward. If you're serious about your success, you measure, period. Stop negotiating with yourself. Every time you delay, every time you say, I'll do it tomorrow, you're negotiating with your mind, making excuses to stay comfortable. This negotiation is a killer of progress. The mind loves comfort, loves convenience, and will constantly try to convince you to take the easy route. But if you want to achieve greatness, you need to stop negotiating. You have to commit and follow through no matter what. There will never be a perfect time to act. There will always be a reason to put things off. But here's the truth. Procrastination is a choice. And each time you delay, you're choosing weakness over strength. So stop the inner dialogue. Stop trying to convince yourself to wait. Make the decision, take action, and do it now. Your future self will thank you for it. Take responsibility. You want to change your life. You want to reach your goals. It starts with owning it, every part of it. Stop blaming circumstances, other people, or your past. When you take full responsibility for where you are, you take back your power. No one else is responsible for your success or failure. Not your boss, not your parents, not your circumstances. You are. This means you own every decision, every action, and every outcome. When things go wrong, don't point fingers. Look at what you could have done differently. When things go right, own that too. Responsibility means you control your narrative. It means you stop being a victim of your life and start being the creator of it. When you take responsibility, you stop waiting for someone or something to change. You become the change. You stop making excuses, and that's when everything starts to shift. Stay consistent. Consistency is the difference between people who achieve and people who just dream. It's not about doing everything perfectly from the start. It's about showing up every day, no matter how you feel. The most successful people didn't get there by doing it all at once or by being perfect. They got there by doing the small, mundane tasks over and over again. They made it a habit. It's the small daily actions that compound over time. The key isn't to work hard for a week or a month. It's to work hard for years, to show up every single day, rain or shine, no matter how you feel. Consistency builds trust with yourself. It creates momentum, and it leads to results. Success isn't the result of a single great effort. It's the result of consistent, relentless effort day after day until you reach your goal. So commit to the long game. Keep showing up. Stay consistent. All right, you've heard it. The blueprint is right here in front of you. No more waiting. No more negotiating. You've got the tools, the mindset, and the power to make it happen right now. Don't let fear, doubt, or hesitation hold you back. It's time to take action. You commit, you break it down, you push through discomfort, and you build momentum. Consistency and responsibility are your best friend. So go out there, get to work, and own your future. Thanks for tuning in. If you want more powerful insights to take your life to the next level, make sure you're subscribed to Tony Robbins' Track. Let's keep pushing, let's keep growing, and let's keep crushing it. Now, get out there and do it today.